Welcome back to CentralValleyTalk.com with Mike Briggs and Athena. Dell Hornbuckle is amazing. I met her at the M Street building. They do art house.
M Street Art Complex.
That's right. Say it again.
M Street Art Complex.
There you go. My mom loves art house, so she was visiting around the holidays. We went to the first one in January, and my mom actually, my cousin, my mom had her nephew, my cousin, built me a dollhouse when I was a little girl. And it was like really cool. I wish I still had it. I would totally give it to Dell because she's just amazing. But you walk in and Dell has all these cool, like, old dollhouses, new ones, and like the old school from the 50s and the 60s. Like, it really kind of takes you back if you were, if you're a woman when you were a little girl.
This furniture looks so.
And she's got this mini.
It's a fireplace. I think it's supposed to light if you can get.
Oh, no
that's
way.
A fuse,
that's a
probably.
fuse, yeah. That's okay.
But
you see how, isn't it cool?
Yes. So Art Hop is tomorrow. Oh, good, Michael, you're zoning in. Art Hop is tomorrow at the M Street building. Go and see my girl Dell. She's got these amazing pieces, and I know
Miniatures.
Yeah, they're miniatures, but it's like you go to Art Hop and you see all this painting and art. Dell you're so different. So tell us, how did you get into dollhouses? How did you start doing this?
So I guess maybe when I was 10 or 11, for Christmas, I received a Marx dollhouse. So Google this. So a Marx dollhouse in my generation, and I'm aging myself. So this is like the early 70s. There were 10.
I was born in 70. Girl,
so there were
right
these
with you.
10 lithographed dollhouses. They were made of tin, and you'd kind of fold them and kind of put the house together.
I think I remember.
And everything was painted on. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
received. And all of the furniture and the people were all kind of plastic, and so some people were seated.
Yeah.
But I received that, and from then on, I fell in love with dollhouses and miniatures. And so I've kept up with the hobby, but what is wonderful about being in Fresno, I finally have a place to have a studio.
Yes.
So I've just collected for years and just
Yes.
gone to shows, etc. But now I have a chance to build, and in the M Street complex, I can just sort of work with kind of kits and it's surprising in the valley. A lot of people with your story,
Yeah.
Grandpa built one as a kid. They put it in the
my
garage,
God,
and no
it's
one
so cool.
cared about it. And so I'm
Yes.
taking them and renovating them.
I
and when you
wish
get
I
the
still
older
had
ones,
mine.
it's solid
It's
wood.
fun to
So
get
it's
an
been
old one,
great.
yeah.
It's great.
Now, so tomorrow, Thursday, March the 5th,
Yep.
March
yep.
5th.
that will be Art Hop all through the tower and
That's right.
downtown.
You got to go early, by the way. Isn't
Yeah.
it like from 5 to 8?
5
it's
to
like
8.
Yeah.
right after
a lot to
work.
cover.
You can't like go home and then go back. You got to go right after work.
There's
because
some of the houses from the Art Hop.
So cool. Okay, so Dell, so this is one of, now which dollhouse is that?
Oh, that's great. Okay.
That
So
we're
that
showing.
one's-
Now remember this one.
Absolutely. That one is, believe it or not, built in, I got the year from the owner, 1956.
56.
And look at the condition of that. And again, with dollhouses, there's always an interesting history.
Yeah.
This is when people had wood shops in their home. So
Yeah.
if you were to knock on it, it's
Yeah.
solid wood.
Yeah.
And look at the condition of the roof. So all that, I don't have the other side of it. All I have
Yeah.
to do is turn it around and, just kind of do some renovation, get rid of the old wallpaper,
So cool.
electrify it, and I can talk about that. You don't have to do the copper wire stuff anymore. But look how solid it's like a home.
And do you
solid
think this
as a
is
rock.
manufactured, or do you think
No,
somebody built
that's
this?
wood.
For, somebody built it
someone
for somebody, yeah.
with a wood shop. So
Wow.
the other scenario are kits.
Yeah.
Oh, see? So what's all this?
So this is one of my favorites. I bought this from. I'm coming from back east. She collected Japanese dollhouses, and this is a Japanese dollhouse built in the 60s.
Wow.
So look
Have
how
sliding doors?
Yes, sliding doors and minimalist, no color, just solid wood.
God.
Yep.
And where do you get the dollhouses, or where do you find the furniture? Do you go to yard sales, or are there trade shows and conferences for this kind of stuff?
Sure. So I'm doing several things just to get myself back in the spirit of really building and working with
Yeah.
miniatures. I'm going through the valley, going on Craigslist. I'm going to yard sales because it's the same scenario. Grandpa built a dollhouse for the kids, and they
You're
don't want
always
it.
looking,
it's in the
huh?
barn, and someone wants
their
to find a new
kids
loving
and-
home. Well,
and
the kids
their
don't want it.
grandchildren
Yeah.
don't want it
They
anymore
don't
because
want
they're
it.
teenagers and they want their iPhone 16,
That's right.
17.
That's right.
They don't care about dollhouses anymore.
And the other scenarios
So
are kits.
cool.
That one's from the 40s, believe it or not.
This
Solid
is,
wood.
I love this furniture. Oh, that's a cool kit.
Yeah.
But the furniture, right, that looks like
Sure.
Dutch or
So
something.
it's German, and this is
German.
really famous if you're into miniatures. This is called our door Kuhn. This is a door Kuhn set, and it's very distinctive. It looks just like that, always very bright colors, and these are from the 50s. So very well
So
known if you're into
cool.
collecting miniatures.
I love it.
I'm from the 50s.
Okay.
How old are you now, Mike?
I'm not going to say.
If
but
I'll be fit. No, you're only
if-
60.
if I was
You come
alive
from
in the 50s, you could do the math. So.
And so now with doll houses, you can use, we have wonderful 3D printers.
Well, this is like
3D printers.
This is like a modern. This is something that you'd find in someone's
Now,
backyard
which of these
now.
did you make?
No, none of these. These are
Okay.
all collections. I painted,
Wow.
that was like raw wood. I painted it, but
at
most
this.
of these I'm collecting when I stage the homes.
Okay.
And so I'll just share something like kind of my manifesto about dollhouses. So
Yeah.
there's the kind of a European version where the real tradition has come from, and then the U.S. manufacturing, the
Yeah.
toy industry.
Yeah.
So dollhouses, quote unquote, have been around since maybe the 16th century. They're very famous ones, and they kind of showed wealth and nobility.
Yeah.
So the dollhouse, where it was a little girl's toy, is a very American thing. And so people who are really into miniatures and dollhouses try and get away from the word dollhouse, because it's really, we're all playing mini architects here, right? Interior designers, and someone designed
Dollhouse
all of
connotes
this.
a toy or something.
Yeah,
like that, but
it's not
and you call
child's
it
play.
miniatures.
Right. These are miniatures. I'm a miniature lover, and the homes are kind of designed. They're not
Yeah.
dollhouses because they're not for kids. They really aren't.
The picture before this one is kind of like the one, I don't know, Michael, if you, this one.
Yeah.
My cousin built me something very similar to that.
That's kind of a Vermont farmhouse, and
Yeah.
again, I put furniture in there to stage it.
Where
Got
are you
rugs
from,
and
Becky?
everything.
I'm from Connecticut.
Oh.
So, and I remember he was supposed to surprise me, but like we were playing hide and go seek, and I ended up finding it. I didn't say anything. So on Christmas, I acted surprised, but he did a really good job, and there was like really cool miniatures in there.
Yeah.
That so when I walked into your space at M Street, I went, oh my God, you really feel like you're back in time. Look at the bookshelf. Look at the detail in there.
And those are
And
all
she even
individual
has-
books. They're
They
all
are.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
she's got these little Tiffany lamps.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Let's see if
the
you got all that there.
lamps
Yeah.
and the refrigerators. Oh, sorry, Mike.
Right.
Anyway, we're gonna have to have you on again, but tell
Absolutely.
us where people can find you tomorrow night at Art Hop.
I'll be at
or
Art Hop.
Thursday, March 5th.
Sure. March 5th tomorrow, I'll be in my studio, and I kind of set everything up because people forget the dollhouses. They love the miniatures. The kids just love walking in. They've never seen anything
You
like
better
it.
break out the wine and the cookies.
Right.
They love that too.
They love hanging
My
out.
Instagram is at
At
Crafted,
Crafted
Home,
Homes Inc.
Crafted
Okay.
Homes Inc.
And my email, craftedhomesinc@gmail.com.
Yeah. But go to Art Hop tomorrow, M Street Art Complex. I forgot the name of it
And
now.
M
Street.
Street Art Complex.
Yeah, and
Right
about
on M
5 to
Street.
8, go down there and you can spend the whole
Yeah.
Art Hop at that one place.
Oh, there
Absolutely.
you go.
There
There's
it
the
is.
M Street Art Complex. It's really cool.
Great group
We
of
had on
artists,
Kia
yeah.
who does classes.
Yes.
And then,
She's great.
oh God, his name. Was it Byron?
Byron.
He's got an amazing story. I mean, I
Yeah.
love just walking in there and you could just walk around, have a glass of wine, and meet all these artists. But I just love Dell because it's just so different. Dollhouses and miniatures really take you back. All right, and it's always the first Thursday. Are you
First
guys
Thursday.
always there?
Always
the
there,
first
always there.
Thursday of the month. All right, Dell, are we forgetting anything before
Not
we
at
let
all.
you go?
Come down and remember miniatures.
Miniatures.
Miniature designs. Yeah.
Miniature
Crafted
design.
Homes Inc. We'll be back with more guests right after this.
That's right.
Thank you. Thanks.